for being here.
Thanks. So, thank you very much. Talking about big data, I have to admit it feels a little bit like talking about the 90s, right? These days, everybody is about IoT, blockchain, AI. There are even some companies which offered 1 or 2 years ago in the commercial data part, big data. Now they do AI. On that part, we're a little bit slower. On the other hand, we have to talk about the real estate industry. And I'm not talking about the real estate industry being represented here. I'm probably talking also about the majority of the real estate industry. They think big data is an Excel file full of numbers. So that's a little bit the challenge we are facing. But as we are pretty international here, and you guys already look forward to have your lunch in a little bit, I do need your help. And most of the German market players will probably know the answers. But let's talk about data points which are available on the German real estate market. So I need your help on this one. What about food traffic? Do you think food traffic is available, public available? Okay, nobody thinks it is. It is. Offered by highstreet.com. It's a small company. They are offering food traffic over 100 high streets in Germany, and it's measured in real time, and this is free available. What about asking rents and asking prices? Do you think these numbers or this information is available? No hand at all? Okay, then the Germans have to help me a little bit out here. This information, of course, is available over Multiply listing agency, for example, so you can get that data. Socioeconomic data. Do you think socioeconomic data is available? Yeah, I saw. Yeah, no. Yes, no. In the middle, you have to pay for it, but then at least it's available. Nexiga, a company, one of the market players, for example, we are working with. So, now, contractual rents. Do you think information about contractual rents are available? Okay, yeah, it's a no. Perfect. Valuable information, but it's not available. The property owner. Do you think the property owner is available in Germany? Exactly. Okay, you're German. Okay, yeah, it's not available, not for everybody. If you have mutual interest, you can get the information of the property owner. The purchase price. What about the purchase price? Do you think that information is available? Right, it's not available. We have something called in German the Kaufpreissammlung, a nice German word, where actually every purchase price is sent to over the notary, and they have this data. But it's not available, not publicly available. It's for certified state appraisers. They can get access to that information. Almost done, no worries. We have 8 points. The loan information. Do you think loan information is available? Okay, perfect. It's not available in Germany as well. So we see where we're coming here a little bit. Last one, transaction news. Do you think? Yeah, exactly. Sometimes these transaction news are available if they are published. The problem regarding the transaction news is it's more qualitative nature. So you have the information, for example, not about the price, not the square feet. So sometimes you can work with this, sometimes you cannot work with this. So there's not that much information available. Maybe talking about two different sources, if we don't only look to the real estate KPIs, and maybe more on a residential part, for example, information from Lieferando could be interesting. Companies are looking into that data and trying to see if it makes a difference if some neighborhoods, for example, offer more sushi. Is this a difference? I don't know. Can be a valuable information. The same with TripAdvisor. For example, in a big city like Berlin, if a new restaurant open up, for example, in Wedding, and special profiles are rating this restaurant, people are looking into this data and think about maybe this neighborhood is changing. Gentrification, big word. So yeah, there are also different data sources. So what's the big challenge? Most of the people hate that word. Data is the new oil. Let's agree that it is. but there are no easy ways to mine, right? So once we talk about big data, we got to talk about what we've just seen, data availability versus unavailability, about consistency versus inconsistency, and we have to talk about data quality. So these are three important things we have to talk about. And I was asked maybe to talk also about different markets, and this is the perfect example. Look into the US. Data availability. It's a complete different market, but the data about the things you've seen before, most of them in red, are available. So they can offer, of course, really different business models by just providing, not just, but providing very valuable information. So they have 99% of almost all commercial real estate properties in the US. I mean, this would be amazing if this would work out in Germany. For everybody who's sourcing properties, you can really jump into it. You see who's the owner, you see loan information about it, size. So there's a lot of valuable information about it. The next one, talking about ComStack and data consistency. This is really a great example of brokers, appraisers, researchers just sending in information. Most of the times, these are lease contracts. And ComStack is bringing this in a consistent way, and then you have really valuable information. I mean, this is a real comparable, because also having this here and seeing you really have the information about the expiry date, the floor, almost about everything. So you can really work with this. And I think this is a very, very great tool in the US. But now my question, of course, to you, do you think these models would work? And I'm an expert in Germany. In Germany, I don't think so, or that's my idea. Because we cannot copy these examples to our market. Of course, we can look into some things they are doing right and doing wrong. But these two examples, for example, are not very, very adaptable to the German market. So what are we doing at realxdata? In a first step, or not what are we doing at realxdata, what also some competitors are doing in Germany. We're gathering all this information to our platform, which then is very nice for the user to have all these on one platform, and he has not to jump in between different sources. And this is nice, this is convenient. But this is not, of course, this is not enough. And this is shifting a little bit to the title, Building Bridges. Of course, and you will probably laugh, and this is obvious, we need the customer data. Without the customer data, this won't be very, for the future, we won't be able to generate more valuable information if there's not a shift in the mindsetting of working with data of the customer. Of course, not like the ComStack or Reonomy example, where you can go onto the floor and see really who's the tenant or you're working with. This won't be able, but on an aggregated and anonymized way, this is something which really has to happen. Then you, of course, get these kind of information. So, why should the user share data? First of all, of course, and I think most of the companies, we have to make money, right? Every young company has to make money. But why should he really share the data? And I'm really convinced by this. We are coming more and more into a data-driven real estate industry. Not only because of a lot of liquidity coming into the markets, also into the German markets, this liquidity needs data. A lot of European investors are coming to the German market and saying, but I need a comparable if I want to buy this. And the German guy says, yeah, but there is no comparable. I cannot give you anything. So there is no information I'm able to provide you. So I think this is the first reason. Another reason is, right now at the real estate market, a huge party is going on, and everybody knows that. And at some point, this party will probably come to an end, like every party. And what will happen then again, like 10 years ago? The politicians will come to the real estate industry and tell us, why didn't you see before? I mean, this was obvious that there will come an end. And I think these are two main reasons why we need building bridges between the industry players, sitting most of them over here, some in here. Of course, also working with the public data sources. For example, what I said with the Kaufpreissammlung or the collection of the purchase prices. So there is valuable information out there, and there's already something called the Big Data Initiative by the federal state of Germany, and they are getting there, but we need more and more. They have to open up more. And at the end, of course, the PropTechs, the young companies. Is data core to my business? Is probably asked over there. Yes, it is, of course. But they also have some other business. They have to work with real estate, investments, leasing, project developments. So yes, data is core, but they are not specialized on that data part. So for that, they need us as a partner. In this ecosystem of PropTechs, and this is something really great by an event like this, we've been walked in here and we are talking to so many PropTechs within this ecosystem. Even if they have a different business model, for example, with Zinsland, we are saying, okay, where can we help you? Where is it possible to help us? Let's come together. So I think in this part, it already really, really works well. And this is what we really need to come together to work more on these points, more discussions, be more open-minded. The companies here are but probably not the majority of the real estate industry in Germany. So, 3 minutes left. I'll shorten it up a little bit. Of course, what is our journey? If this works out together, of course, we will be able to provide more insights and more interesting information on the behavior, probably on forecasting. So coming together, we need data partnerships. I think there are some already really nice working, but we need more and more of these data partnerships coming together, talking together, and then going on that journey. Today, what are we able to do? Of course, analysis for our customers and descriptive data with the information we saw at the beginning. Today and tomorrow, there are companies already giving the market smart data, for example, giving trends in neighborhoods. This is already, of course, possible. And the prediction starting. And on the long run, it's, of course, the self-learning models and probably at the moment, an ultimate goal, the real-time forecasting. So I hope, I didn't see now a bridge coming over, but please talk to the young companies, start the conversation. I think this is an event where it's already happening, but we need more and more of this. Thank you very much for your attention.
Titus, vielen Dank. And thank you that you kept the time inside. There's a question for you, so time left to answer this.
A very important one, and that's also something good as we're a very young company, the GDPR, or the nice DSGVO in German. Yes, of course, we are working with this, and there are protections which step in place if we, for example, receive information we are not able to receive. For example, if we would receive a tenant name, like we have an office manager with an alarm bell, this rings, and then we'll step in the external Datenschutzbeauftragter, so the guy who's in charge for the data. And of course, this has an impact of data sharing. Yeah, it does. But I think also coming together and discussing this is very important. And there are solutions to find working together.
Great. Many thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for giving us this insight. You can leave this with me.